Brother Polite. Traveling as always, you know how it go. And I was here just doing some thinking, because it seems as though, and this is, I want to say this first and foremost as a disclaimer, right? My disclaimer is this: I'm not knocking single mothers as though it's their fault in totality that they're single. But it just seems like every time I hear about a strong black mother or strong black woman, we're talking about the women who are not presently in relationships with men. And I think that we need to hone in more in our culture on families, on women that are still presently in relationships with men whom they have children with. I feel we should put a stamp of approval and more exclamation on those circumstances. And the reason why I feel like that is because what are we actually telling our youth? It's to the point that you got almost any sister saying, if she's single, yo, I'm a strong black woman, I gotta raise this child by myself. And I'm like, yo, hold on. It almost seems like you're a strong black woman because you're single. It just seems like that. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. It just seems like that. It seems like, you know, once a woman's single, she got a child, she got the stamp of approval to be considered a strong black woman. Now, I'm not going to say raising a child by yourself is easy, because
in 2 miles, continue onto I-55 North.
It's not easy. And I have several mothers in the household because I'm in a polygynous relationship. And it's still not easy. So I definitely give kudos, support, and props to the sisters that are doing the right thing, who unfortunately don't have a male figure in their life. Don't have a male figure for the child in their life. But I just want to give this thing more context, because I think some people are misappropriating the credit that is due to the women that's doing a phenomenal job, and misinterpreting it as, well, just because you have no man in your life and you have a child, that you're a strong black woman. And I think that needs to be corrected. That's what I feel. So what I want to do with this video is, and I'm not undermining the single black woman, because I know we're in a culture where the brothers become men very late in age. On an average, you know, I would say this, way more black men than need be become men late in the game, because many of them think what makes them a man is just making a baby or even having sex with a woman. You know, there's different theories, and it's been failing quite recently, and since time immemorial, since we suffer from transgenerational behavior, a stress incurred from slavery as well as inherited from slavery. So it's true, it's a reality, I get that part. Whilst at the same time, I just want to celebrate 2 things in particular on this Mother's Day. And what I want to celebrate is the children, because I don't think there's enough focus or emphasis on celebrating children.
In a 1/4 mile, turn left onto Hazeldale Road.
So on Mother's Day, we have to do great things for the children as well, because the women are mothers. Because
turn left onto Hazeldale Road, then turn left to merge onto I-55 Business South.
Celebrate the woman for the process, because we have to take into consideration not just any woman, the black woman. She has to go through so much in this society, which is why she winds up finding herself single at times. But separate from that, the societal construct that's set up is very difficult to be a prospering mother or father, and it's very difficult to sustain a relationship because of the roadblocks that's put before us in our communities because of the setup. The setup is on. We're not going to disregard the fact that the setup is on. Now, I'm not one that's going to hone in on making excuses, but we're going to keep it real, and we know that this is set up to destroy the black family. Everything from child support to the lack of culture, which in turn we see media propaganda in a form of hip-hop and R&B that they call our culture, which is saturated with misogynistic lyrics.
Turn right.
That in turn warrant the behavior
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right onto East St. Joseph Street.
from which we derive. The only culture they want to accredit to being black culture happens to be the deaf culture that music has become today, and a personage of our people disseminating lyrics that tear down the black family, encourages us to use drugs, sells us on the idea that
In half a mile, turn right onto East St. Joseph Street.
these are absolute facts. And so what we have to do is celebrate the best parts of our community, and in doing so, that's how you reestablish culture. That's one of the tenets of culture, celebrate